I always believed hard work would eventually pay off. For years, I dedicated my life to my job in a corporate office. I stayed late nights, met impossible deadlines, and handled problems no one else wanted to touch. My dream was simple: climb the ladder and earn a position where I could finally give my family the life they deserved. But one man stood in my way. My boss, Kamran. Kamran was the kind of manager everyone hated but pretended to respect. He was arrogant, manipulative, and loved to take credit for other people's work. The higher-ups thought he was brilliant because he always delivered results. What they didn't know was that those results came from exploiting his team. I was his favorite target. Anytime I achieved something, he stole it and presented it as his own. Anytime a problem came up, he blamed me. I stayed quiet, hoping that one day, fairness would prevail. But things got worse. After 3 years of loyalty, I was up for a promotion. This was my chance, my moment. I had led several successful projects, and even clients praised me by name. The final decision came down to the board, and Kamran was responsible for writing my evaluation. He smiled at me that morning, shook my hand, and said, "Don't worry, you've earned this." But behind my back, he submitted a false report claiming I was unreliable, careless, and not leadership material. The promotion went to someone, Elsa Jr., who happened to be Cameron's personal favorite. When I confronted him, he leaned back in his chair and said, "You're smart, but not smart enough. Learn your place." That day, something inside me broke. I decided I wouldn't just fight back. I'd end him. But it couldn't be impulsive. I needed to be careful, calculated, and patient. I began documenting everything. Every email, every message, every false instruction he gave me. I saved it. I secretly built alliances. I talked to colleagues who also suffered under him, gathering their stories. I gained the trust of clients. Instead of letting Kamran take credit, I started forming direct relationships. Quietly, I became the face they trusted. I studied company policies. I knew there had to be a loophole that could expose him. For almost a year, I endured his abuse while building my case. The turning point came when Kamran tried to push me into signing off on fake financial reports. He wanted me to approve numbers. That didn't add up. If things went wrong, I would take the blame. But this time, I was ready. I refused to sign without written confirmation. I forwarded his messages to my personal email. And then, I went straight to the compliance department. First, they brushed it off. Kamran was a golden boy in the company. But when I presented my folder of evidence, messages, client testimonies, and witness accounts, suddenly, they had no choice but to investigate. The investigation shook the company. Kamran's carefully crafted image crumbled. The board discovered years of manipulation, fraud, and harassment. Clients admitted they trusted me, not him. My colleagues backed me up, finally free from his intimidation. Within weeks, Kamran was fired publicly, humiliatingly, and permanently. His reputation was ruined, and no other company wanted to touch him and me. Not only did I get the promotion I deserved, but the company also gave me a bonus for protecting them from a potential scandal. I moved into the office. Kamran once ruled, and people who once feared him now respected me. Sometimes revenge isn't about shouting or fighting back immediately. Sometimes it's about patience, about letting the enemy dig their own grave, while you quietly hand them the shovel. Kamran thought he had destroyed me, but in the end, he destroyed himself. And I got everything I had worked for and more.